Peace and love, soul group. Peace and love. And as you can see, I'm just bathing. And I welcome you here today in 1111 hertz, pure tone frequency. And we also have that organic source, like energy for those of you who have that organic flame. It's so important to bathe in these tones and frequencies right now because this is what our mother has sent for us in such important and vital times. So I just want to share some more of my experiences that I'm having on the non-physical planes, which is something that I have really dedicated my life force to, having this ability to cross over through the thresholds, using my will, my desire, and my reason, aligning my frequencies with the platonic rhythms of Gaia, and kind of piggybacking her trail of energy. Okay, so now I am very aware of the free will of all beings, whether hybrid beings, clone beings, any beings that share this time and space with us here. There's a lot of assortments of beings here. Okay, and I'm not here to violate free will. I respect your free will, and your free will here is in mentalism. Okay, your ability to believe, which is one of the most powerful forces that is dominating this plane right now. It's the entity of belief, and it's your free will to believe whatever you perceive to be your truth. I don't claim to know anything. I've learned that the hard way. I'm just sharing or trying to come up with the English language. Of what I'm experiencing. I don't really have the language, but I'll do my best. And so I found myself very cold, very cold. And I was in a space that was unfamiliar to me. And I was awakened by a jolt. And it was very cold. I mean, just cold. It just consumed my awareness. And I asked in mentalism, who are you? Where are you? And I began to be drawn. It was like a pulling energy, almost like a guide. And I instantly protected my vibe with all my abilities because this was, once again, kind of unknown, unfamiliar territory. And I was navigated through what I would try to explain as the closest thing in the English language is vortexes or wormholes. And when I went through these assorted vortexes and wormholes, my first eye instantly kicked in. And I started to discern and record data. And I saw this very large, I mean, this, I'll just call it an opening. It was so huge. It was just huge is the only word I can find. And there was a very powerful, and I'll just call it unorganic energy coming out of this hole. And this hole was guarded by some of the most massive and powerful entities that I've ever experienced with my first eye. And I don't know if they could see me or not, but I could see them. But whatever directed me there, I felt very, very safe. Didn't have any fear. It was just unfamiliar to me. And then there was an inner voice saying, record this data and take this data back to the soul group that are inhabiting the abandoned or the abandoned plane that was once Gaia. And I said, as it be. And then it was almost like, it felt like a recording, like this had already happened. It was already done, and it was just like a playback. Help me. Hela kubusa matala mo ula matishila kula matala mo mama. And these entities were coming out of this hole in masses. I mean, masses. The closest thing that I could describe is like a tornado. You know, they gave us the name of tornadoes, but these are huge, powerful deities that were let and released out of this hole. And they were coming into the time and space that we reside in. And nothing can stop this force. And this energy did not feel, it was very overwhelming and very, very powerful. And this energy was coming out of this hole, and it looked like it was going up. And I'll just call this instrument because it wasn't really clear. And I don't like to make up things when I'm unclear. But for this transition, I'll just call it was coming out of this hole, and it was going up to what we perceive as the moon. And it was just like a direct line, perfectly aligned. This geometry or this code was just perfectly aligned. And it was like teleporting up into the moon. And so I just continued to observe and observe and observe. And it was just one after the other, like shoo, 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 shoo. And nothing could stop it. And the smoke, and it was like fire. But it was like a different type of fire with that our two eyes, you can't see it, but you can feel it. And this just kept going on. And I just saw my head was just like, choo, 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 just shooting out of the center of the earth. And I remember in telepathy, I asked, what is this? What is this? And in mentalism, I was told, this is the bottomless pit, and these are the fallen ones that are being released in these times. So Soul Group, all of this info, this is not information, but I'm telling you what I experienced. So I might not be quoting it like the ancient books, but this bottomless pit is open. And with your two eyes, this might look like volcanoes to you or tornadoes to you, because this is what you were told, my dear Soul Group, okay? And you can see the fires that have been burning all over this plane. And you can see the disturbances and the uncertainties in the Homo sapiens as we go into panic mode. But this is all divine order for this plane. And this is a good sign for those who have the eye to see. It lets you know the time that be. And so this just kept going on and on and on. And then it was kind of like when you're in a dream, the dream scene changed. Whatever was showing me this information could be a higher part of me. I don't know shit. I'm only telling you what I'm experiencing. But it changed. And I was shown, I really don't even have the words to explain it, but the most intriguing, powerful technology that You can't even decode it. I was in a big, I guess it was like a control center, and it was just running the entire holographic universe. It was massive. We don't have the English language to even start. It just looks like hieroglyphs. And I remember it was all dark gray, and it had like this green fluorescent energy coming out of it. And this technology was just controlled by, I want to say, mentalism, because there wasn't a bunch of knobs, but it was just different. The closest thing that I can compare it to is when you play a radio and you see those green lines measuring sound. This was all sound and frequency technology. You know how those lines come up for your volume and your bass, but it was just green. But there weren't straight lines. They were in like cubes and triangles, and I didn't have the ability to decode it. I was the distant observer. So Soul Group, I want to tell you that if you have a flame, you have to really discern the times that we're in, because the fallen ones have, and when I say fallen ones, they came from a higher plane. They are truly, truly far more advanced in technology than you can even imagine. And it's their allotted time. They've been down in whatever dimension they were in for who knows how long, for a reason. As I too have fallen from a higher plane, and I was assigned to the water planet, or this water plane, for my rehabilitation. You see, Soul Group, I had lost my ability to reach the heart space. I was trapped in the root chakra, or I like to call the prison planet, which is separated. This plane is separated from the higher planes of what you would call angelic beings of light. But there is a purge on the horizon, and there's massive amounts of energy that is coming our way that you're not being told about. And there's two ways that you can avoid. I won't say avoid, because what is to be is to be. And this illusion of time, as we know time and space, is coming to an end. And you all know this information, but I want to express and reiterate what you've been sold as death has been nothing short of a lie. There's no such thing as death for the immortal souls or the light body. It's just a transitioning that takes place. And what I'm witnessing in my emails and just hundreds of voicemails is a panic. So I just want you all to take heed to the vibration of my throat chakra by just taking a deep, deep breath right now. And let go of the worries that block you from your heart. Let go of the fear that is keeping you grounded to this plane. Let go of the fear of the unknown, because everything is known. And I'm going to ask you, those with an organic flame, this video is not for everyone. It's for our soul group. We came together, and we shall leave together organically. if you don't have non-physical real estate, just like the Mayans had in their time. What do I mean by non-physical real estate? A plane to touch down after the Homo sapiens sapiens suit is disconnected from the light body. The energy that is coming our way is too strong for the Homo sapiens sapiens suit. And unfortunately, if you haven't activated the light body and prepared your own plane on the astral plane, I just use that word, but it's a plane where the light body touches down. If you haven't activated this, your only other resource of survival is to follow the false light that's coming from the moon, this technology that I'm telling you about. And let me just say, this is not a doom and gloom video. I'm not encouraging anyone to go to the right or to the left. I'm just telling you what I've experienced firsthand with my first eye. Now, what are the cons of this technology? And what are the pros for the organic flame now? Okay? There are beings that came from the false light. So, of course, they will return to that light of their source of creation. You have to understand we have clones on this plane. We have hybrids on this plane. We have entities from all over the galaxy. We all don't come from the same stars. There's different star seeds on this plane. I'm only talking to those who have the flame from our mother, the divine feminine source of all creation. And the only way back to her source is through the heart space. Okay? And we've been given a love that casts out all fear. We have an advantage that this fear doesn't control us, right? And cause us to make fearful decisions based on the holographic illusions that we see with the two eyes. The first eye will always see what you call truth. So this technology will be well pleasing to the eye. It even blew me away to see such a massive machinery and intelligence. But when you partake in this AI joint venture, the only thing that disturbs my spirit is I don't know how you will exit it. And the same gods of men that you have read about in all of the ancient books have already made their choices. So has my father. Now, you heard me talk about my father in a lot of videos, and I just feel the need to let you guys and girls in our soul group know exactly who this father is. Okay? This father came from the spirit, and so did I, of Set. And my father and I were in many battles and wars all over this galaxy. And my father is a very powerful but jealous God. And he does not like other gods trying to rule over him. And I spent a lot of time with my father, and I love my father, but I made the choice, and I chose to return to my mother, who gave me the spark of life, this connection, this infinite connection that I abused. And I have finally, soul group, and a lot of us have finally made it back to the heart space. I don't know how I did it, but thy will be done, mama. Mama te lo mota si ilo mota, mama. And she protects me, and she directs me, and she sends 6 and 7 and 8 density light beings my way to complete what must be done. So there's a joint venture with technology. which my father has a big part of, and some of you guys and girls, fathers, the gods of man, who took the original Homo sapien biological suit and altered it, shut down certain DNAs to dumb us down in spirit, to try to block these frequencies. And this is why I talk now over 1111 hertz. I'm sorry if it bothers your ears, but you must get used to this organic sound tone. It blocks the tap lines. It keeps the heart center vibrant and full of love. So I'm not telling you what to do. I can't violate your free will. I can't push agendas. I'm only giving you information in these times. So the AI is a choice, and a lot of souls in our soul group and other soul groups have made their choice. I'm only talking to the organic flame that is uncertain. There's no need to hoard toilet paper and food and bomb shelters, and all of these things are unnecessary. I'm only giving you the source information. The only way out of this transition is non-physical real estate. Because once again, the Homo sapiens sapiens suit will not be able to sit in this new, higher, vibrant energy. And that's what this great reset is. And so the powers that be, who once had a strong hold and covered up our eyes so we couldn't see, they have lost their grip on what we call humanity. And we have choices. And the only way they can make these choices tougher for us is to cut back on the resources for the Homo sapiens sapiens suit. But if you are pranayama breathing, and if you are speaking to the water and learning how to use your throat chakra to clear and clean the water, piggybacking 33 hertz, you can survive with the connection to your light body, which has always powered the Homo sapiens sapiens suit. Okay, but there's levels to this. And for those of you who this information resides with you, we have a program. It's called Non-Physical Real Estate. It's the Light Body Activation Program. It's not for everybody. I'm telling you now. It's going to take your will, your desire, your reason, and your imaginative ability to get through this. Okay? So that's at astroestate.com. All I ask is for a name and an email address, and you'll get access to what's inside of this course. But once again, it's not for everybody. I'm telling you now. So back to the organic ascension. We with a flame, we have to make it back to what I call the Ka. It's where our mother spirit resides, and technology cannot decode dark matter. So you hear me say all of the time, you are the light that shines in the darkness. And I'll give you some gold nuggets to start activating this first eye so you can make this organic connection on your own. Number one, you have to spend as much time possible off of technology. The frequencies that technology emits, it cuts off your connection from the organic source. And that's why you see behind me, I only record in the organic light, which my source is dimming down now. It's very, very necessary, soul group. Get off the internet. Go somewhere where there's no light, like a closet, and shut yourself in that closet for as long as you can stay in there. Okay, what this does is you came from the dark and you're going to return to the dark. Okay, all this artificial light that lights up this plane, okay, It's going out. And I don't want to use the word trust me, but it's going out, okay? And so you must activate the first eye so you can see. If you don't have this organic light illuminating from your beingness, you're gonna follow the false light. There's no way around it. You're gonna follow the false light. How else would you see? What else would you see in the darkness? Are you with me? And this organic light will automatically connect you to your source, your mother, who's been left out all of the Texas. Her power, her glory, her creative, imaginative abilities has been stolen. Her resources, her joint ventures with Gaia and Tiamat have been ran through, raped of all of her resources. But her love is so powerful, even through all of the neglect and lies and deceit and all of the wars and destruction of her creation. The heart space is still open for those, even those who have fallen, just like I. So I speak to the fallen ones who have a change of heart and want to change. Go back to the darkness. Activate the light in you. Only you can activate this light. This is my transmission. Your mother is waiting. As above, so below. Even here, you have a mother and a father. And this story, this separation, has been played out in a lot of our lives. Even in this incarnation, I was separated from my father. It's already played out. And I was with my mother. So we have choices. Follow your heart. Make it back to the heart space. It's the only way out of the underworld. One more thing I want to share on this video. This is going to be kind of graphic, but I have to give you as much as I can when I'm online. The original Homo sapiens suit was a microcosm of the organic Ka, the dark matter, which the technology cannot decode. So this 4% holographic universe was constructed based on Mama's creative abilities, very similar. The only difference is the source and power of the two universes. One universe is organic, one is technology, as I said before. And you have to be able to discern this. So when this energy comes through, and it's coming, if you have not opened up what you call or perceive as chakras, you have a root chakra, which represents the underworld. I'm just putting it in our language, okay? It's survival mode, and you see what's going on here. Everybody's in survival mode, trying to gather up resources, uncertainty, gas, $5 and $6. There's no food. This is trending. You haven't even heard this on the mainstream television. There's a shortage of food. There's a shortage of everything. And this is just the beginning of what they call the sorrows. This is not doom and gloom. Don't be entertained by staring at what you see on these screens. Nothing can stop what's coming. In order for the new to come in, the old strongholds must be alleviated. So the same system that has held a lot of souls here through the monetary and fiat currencies and the, I'll just be careful of what I was about to say, but you know what it is. It is crumbling. And so the same system that once kept you in bondage, you will be free from. But here's the thing. A lot of the souls are not ready to be free. They've become accustomed to this system. They don't have another way because they've made their choice to lean and depend on this system that's crumbling. I only ask you to be wise from the hands that you feed from. Be very, very wise. So when this energy comes through, if you're in the root chakra, which is located on the physical body, down by the rectum, a lot of ascended beings say we're in the asshole of the universe, the black hole. You will be exiting when this connection happens through the anus into the underworld. I'm sorry if this is graphic. I'm only telling you what it is from an as below law of correspondence, first eye point of view. And this happens because your energy or your life force energy didn't have the ability to move through the sacral chakra, through the solar plex chakra. You haven't made this transition energy-wise. So the only exit is through the anus into the underworld, where you'll become a wandering soul with no non-physical real estate. This is what it is, susceptible to the technology that's already in place to harvest these souls. This is what it is from a spiritual standpoint. This is the great harvest. They're already in place using cloaking technology. They surround this plane as I speak right now. Okay? Now, if you made it, if you put in the energy work, the pranayama breathing, and you do this in cycles, the planetary rhythms, it's a rhythm, the law of rhythm. You have to find this organic rhythm. You make it through the sacra. You let go of all of the experiences that pulled heavy on your heart. You forgive those and love those by just saying, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I release and let that go. You detach your emotions and your feelings from situations, the molestations, the rape, the hate. It must be alleviated. This is what holds you down. This is what's keeping you grounded here. You must learn how to love, the love that casts out all fear. And that's in the heart space. So you make it through the solar plex into the heart and make thy bed in the heart. And once you reach the heart, open up the heart and let this organic light shine on your darkness. Do whatever it takes. And this must be done in the dark. That's why it's so important for this eye to open up so you'll be able to see what separates you from your mother, if that's your choice. And once you reach the heart space, now you can take this energy, this love, and push it up into the throat, guarding what you speak, into the first eye for complete activation, and up into the crown. This way, when you depart from your Homo sapiens sapiens suit, you will either come out of the eyes, the ears, or the crown. And this is much needed if, only if, your choice of true freedom, true love, is your destination. This is the end of my transition here. I don't know when I'll be back. And this is just some information that I've experienced, and I just wanted to share it with the soul group. I understand. But my only will and desire for you is for you to become lucid to the fact that your cause will always be your effect in everything that you do. Peace and love, Soul Group.